Welcome back. This is my second attempt at the Seabreeze Stage 2 Island Hopper. You know, I did my recon run of this one, and I'm thankful I did. That recon run really helped me out on this one, man. And it's good to do a recon run. If y'all watch my recon runs, I'll put one out again. I'm gonna run this at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning for the new Stage 3, and I'll do a recon run for y'all to see before I head out of town. And I'll try to have it posted by about 8 o'clock in the morning just for all of y'all to see. With that being said, I would like to thank all my subscribers. I'm at like 281, 82. Hey, look, I'm 19, 18 short of 300, 20 less than 20 short of 300. Get over that hump, man. I'm trying to get 400. I'm trying to get 300 by the end of this month. We're going to work on 400 for the summer. By the end of the summer, let's get me up to 500 subscribers. I want to say thank y'all to all of y'all who do subscribe. I want to say also thank you all of y'all who leave comments. Hey, the comments are greatly appreciated. They help me out a lot. I really do like the comments. I really do like what y'all leave. It really helps me out, man. I'm really encouraged with a lot of the, hey, good job, keep going. I really do get encouraged by that. So I want y'all to understand that it really does feel good. And lastly, hey man, if you like anything I do, you like my new intros I try to do, I try to put a new one up there as much as possible. You like my weight, to show them my weight loss. If you like my videos, if you like the ending, if you like the little things I'm putting in them now, just to make them a little bit more exciting. You know, like I said, I'm trying to make them more of a production, more of a show than just a video. So if you like any of that, hey, leave me a like, man. I'm trying to get 100 likes per video. I've never done that before. Normally, I'm just getting about 25, maybe 30 likes a video. So if y'all can help me, I'm getting about 200 views on my videos, 150 to 200 views. Hey, if half of y'all leave a like, man, I'd be greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's get off into this race. And we're off. And as you can see, I took off late because I was having issues with my computer, and I almost missed this race because I was having issues with my OBS, but eventually it got right. So as you can see, I didn't power up on the takeoff, and this is what happens when I don't power up on takeoffs. For people who always see me try to power in just to take off, now you see I have to climb back through the crowd to get back up to that front pack. And I don't really like doing it. I like powering off. That way I don't have to spend as much energy trying to catch up to the pack. And so, as you can see, I catch back up to the pack. It's not hard, especially when I get back up here. We hit a little negative, so it allows me to get back up to them, and I actually roll in front of them without trying. Now, this race, there are 3 spots in this race that you really have to watch out for. And one of them is, I said it earlier, one of the spots you have to watch out for in this race is at 6.2, 6.8, 8.5, and at 900 meters left. Those are the places where you have to attack. Now, the thing about this attack in this race is I really was trying to conserve my energy so that when we did get to 6.8, that I could attack that and keep up with the pack. I don't want, as a bigger rider for y'all, this is one of these races that really are kind of built for us. I kept getting on here, I ended up getting a steamroller, I think the first one right here, and then I end up getting, at the end, I end up getting a draft. And I hit the draft at about 500 meters left. So you can see that we're riding with, I'm trying to ride in the pack conserving energy. We're 2.4 in, and like I say, and what I'm saying is that you have to kind of, as a bigger guy, find ways to hold yourself mostly back a little bit. Don't try to get out in front. And it's easy to do that sometimes because you get nervous, you get scared when they get past you, but I knew that with me, I just needed to stay with them right here. And you can see there's a guy named Thomas, there's Y. The pack kind of switches up until about the end, the last, I want to say about the last 5-6 meters on the 5-6 kilometers. It's mostly everybody, and then the pack kind of thins out. You get Brian. I'm saying your names. I'm calling you Y. I don't want to mess up your name, Y. And there's a guy, G. Parker. We all start kind of, the pack starts to separate. And when that pack separates like that, you want to stay inside that pack. You want to stay close to that. And you can see as we're starting to come around here, we're at 4.6, and look at my heart rate. My heart rate is about 140. Look at my wattage. I'm not putting that much out. Look at my draft numbers. I'm saving a lot of wattage. I'm saving a lot of it. You can see that. And what I'm doing is just calibrating myself so that when we hit this first climb, I have the push. So we're riding now, and I'm out front because this is a negative. That's the only reason I'm out front, because I'm not really pushing hard. And what I'm doing is letting them get back in front of me. But the thing is, I cannot slow down. What I have to do is find spots where, like on a negative right here, where I can maintain my speed, but I don't have to pedal as hard so they come around me. And they give me draft on that. Because you see, time they get in front of me, that draft number jumps up to 200, 150. You see what it's doing? And so he comes back. Now, I'm not chasing the guy in front because I knew that we had more than enough time to walk him down. And so I was going to just let the crowd walk him. G. Parker got right there next to me. He got in front of me, and then I got in front. So you see Jonathan right there. And we're all riding. Now, why? I don't want to mess his name up, so I may look it up how to say it, but I call him Y. He's going to be in that last pack. G. Parker, I think Jonathan, Thomas, Brian. It's going to be about 6 of us in that last pack coming towards the end of this race. And that's where you want to stay at. Now, as you see, we come around this corner at 6.8, this climb starts in. And I need the power into this climb. It's not a hard climb. It's just a long, calculated 4.1 climb somewhere in there. And you can see I power into this thing, and I just hold this power because, like I said, climb is not that hard. It's just a longer climb. And so these long 3.5, 5.0, 4.0 climbs, these are what gets me. And that's where I have to pull out so that I can stay with that. The thing is, I must ride all the way to the top of this. You see it got up to 5.4, but after we hit that 5.4, it slowly comes down. And I'm just trying to moderate how much energy am I gonna put out, because the next one is the climb that I have to prepare for. That's the one that I gotta save the rest of my energy. So I have to let them get in front of me and drag me to that next climb. That's what I'm having to do with this one. I have to get them to pull me towards that next one, because that next climb, it's where the race is. If I let them get too far ahead of me, I have to spend too much energy catching up to them. If I burn myself out on that next climb, I'm not gonna have enough energy to get to the end of the race. So there's where you have to do kind of the math. That's where you have to kind of do what you're trying to put together on this race, how you're gonna proceed towards the end of this race. That's what I'm thinking all about on this one. The great thing is I ran the recon race for myself. So I marked down what things were, and I knew that 8.5 to 8.7 right now is where the climb really gonna start at. And here we go at the end of this race. This is the last part of this race. This is where this race will be won and lost at. So as you see, we coming around here, and we just hit 8.9. And you can see we hitting the climb. It's 5.5. And look at my wattage. I see that Brian is out in front, Y is behind me. Jonathan was still in there, and Thomas is going to slowly creep up with us. But as we come through this is where the pack is going to slowly separate from the rest of the crowd, where the top 6 going to separate from, and I want to say the top 8 at one point, but then it comes down to top 6 out of these 27 riders. This is where we separate. And I'm going to when you're tired going up this hill like that, you want to give in, but I'm going to let you know something, man. I'm riding not just for me, but the other riders. Because like I say, some people know I ride at this time. They want to race me. And it's wrong for me not to give my all like they're giving their all. So I use them as motivation to get me up over this hill. I know that they're not going to give up because they're trying to compete against me. So they want to give me their all. So it's a shame if I decide to give in and not give them my all. And that's why I finish these races. Now you look at my weight balance, I'm at -18, man. I am pushing myself past my limit. I am, look at my heart rate, it's up there. So I have to get to this other side of this hill, and I can't power through the other side of the hill because I gotta let my heart relax. So I have to let myself cool down, let myself relax. So as we get over this hill, we start to come down the other side. What I do is just get behind somebody, look at my weight balance. It's starting to come back up. Look at my wattage. My draft numbers, they're 200. And what I'm doing now, that's why right here I got a draft, and I'm just sitting behind them. Now, I will end up getting in front of them. Now, the hard part about getting in front of them at a certain point is that if I get in front of them too far, like I said, you have to measure what's going on and how you're going to ride, and I don't want to get too far in front of them. So as we're coming down this hill, if you look at the map, there's a slope that I'm on right here, and they're going to catch up to me. And look at my heart rate. It's already coming down. Look at my weight balance. It's going back into the positives. Now, this is where I'm setting up the end of the race. We got 6.2 kilometers left in this thing. And these are the points at where a race is won. This is where you win the race at, because at this point, you don't have much left. You don't have a lot of room for a lot of mistakes, a lot of room for, oops, I forgot this, or room for you going like, man, what happened? You don't have that. So we got this little slump right here where I go down this little drop right here, and it puts me out in front. So now what I'm doing is I need them to get back in front of me, but I know I'm moving much faster than they are. So what I do is I look for the negative. You see how we're on negative? I back off the pedals, give my heart rate chance to calm down again. And what I'm doing is allowing them to catch up. Now you see there's the top 6 of us right down there. You can see that. Now everybody's show back up on the sauce, but for the most part, 3.5 is where we at. Everybody else is 3.3, 3.2. And so what I'm doing is just slowly pedaling. I'm not going crazy, 70 pedals per minute. I'm just keeping where I'm at. I'm not pushing myself too hard. And I know if I stay like this, look at my speed. I'm doing 37 kilometers. I know they're doing 40 and 39. I know they will catch up to me soon without me having to slow down. That's the key. I cannot slow down. So as we're coming around here, you see, there we go. Jonathan's right behind me. You got Y, you got Brian, you got Thomas, and you got G. Parker. That's us. And now I'm racing with them. I'm racing for them and for myself, because now we're really going at it. And you're gonna see us trade spots. Look, he comes in front of us, Y gets in front, Brian jumps up there with him, and you can see we're slowly trading spots. We're battling back and forth. We're trying to position ourselves to win this race. And that's what, if you don't get excited about doing that, I don't know what else I can say to get you excited about what we're doing when we're racing, man. When I see people race, when I see Ryan Cunningham, I see Norwegian Watts, when I see Jay Morrow, or I see Brian, or I see any of them, I see Don't Get Dropped. When I see them, man, I don't see how your adrenaline don't get pumping, man. It gets me amped up to ride. And so I'm amped to ride. So you're not just riding for yourself, you're riding with them, you're riding with your team. Now I know I'm looking at this, we got 2 kilometers left, and I could burn out, but I would burn out too early. And so what I decided to do, I'm standing back, I'm trying to stay behind Jonathan and Thomas them, and they're right there next to me. And you see I move over Y and Thomas is in front. And I'm just trying to stay right here, because I know there's one more climb at 900 meters out. And so I'm keeping public that we're in a straight line. We're slowly trading off. And this is where you have to measure yourself. You have to watch what you're doing. You stay concentrated on this. Do not lose focus, because we only got a kilometer, almost at a kilometer left, 900 meters. And as we come up, now I know at 900 meters, there's one more climb. And right here, I cannot let them leave me. And so I power into this thing, but I gotta remember they're much lighter than me. So I was just, man, and in my head, I hadn't won one of these things in 2 months. I've been racing stage, I podium, but I hadn't won a stage race since May. So, I mean, since April. So I'm looking at them, they're pulling away, and I was like, man, I gotta stay. I know we're coming on a decline, just go around, we had 500 meters, 600 meters left, and I'm just pushing. And I'm like, man, I cannot catch these ones in front of me, man. I promise you. And that's how I was feeling. Once I passed them, I just knew I had to keep pedaling. I'm looking at my speed, and I'm looking at what we got. We got 300 meters left, and I look down, and I'm studying watching Thomas, and I'm like, okay, is Thomas gonna power into this thing? And I'm at 52 kilometers, and he's at 54, and I just power all I can. And with that, I come through the end, man. I want to say thank y'all for watching my video. Thank y'all for being there for me. Thank y'all for leaving your comments. If you like anything I do, ride on.